compared to lunch or dinner, there's not a lot of things you can have in breakfast.
What would you put under lunch? Like, because we're not counting steaks as lunch, right?
No, lunch is like shit. There's so much you could do at lunch, but breakfast there's not that much. Breakfast is like pancakes, French toast, cereal, eggs, bacon,
hash browns,
potatoes. Those are all within breakfast.
Bacon. Oh, no, you said bacon.
But lunch you could kind of span out. Maybe you could do like sandwiches. You could do you can maybe do a spaghetti. You can do a spaghetti at lunch. I think you can do a spaghetti at lunch. You could do chicken at lunch.
You can have spaghetti and sauce, but like spaghetti and meatballs is dinner.
That's dinner. But you can do chicken at lunch.
No, spaghetti is dinner.
That's dinner?
You can have that at lunch.
No, you can't.
Oh, you can have Chef Boyardee for lunch.
Yeah.
You can have that.
You can have that. You can have spaghetti.
No, spaghetti is a meal, Bregin.
That's lunch.
No,
lunch a meal.
See, this is where.
And then you can have wings at lunch. You can have wings at lunch.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. That's why I was asking. What would we consider?
I don't know what you consider lunch.
What would we be considering lunch?
I don't know what. Lunch is so broad.
Exactly.
Lunch is so broad.
But that's why breakfast is the most elite meal.
No, all right, even if you take out lunch, dinner. There ain't no way you tell me it's better than dinner.
Okay, fine. Obviously.
What the fuck you talking about?
Okay, but I want to say at least between breakfast and lunch.
I still think lunch is better.
Because
there's so much more you can have at lunch. There's so much more variety.
You literally said all dinner meals. You haven't said all.
And I like dinner more than anything else. So I don't know how you can compare.
Yo, bro. All I'm saying is lunch is the weakest meal of the day.
Nah, it's definitely breakfast, bro. It's definitely breakfast.
Lunch, bro.
Like there's sometimes I like breakfast, but I love lunch all the time.
I feel like man skip lunch more than they skip breakfast.
Yes,
crazy cap.
I know mans would substitute their breakfast.
What
for the
have a big
ass breakfast
and then
no lunch,
and then just have dinner.
What time they having breakfast?
At like 11?
You can only have breakfast from 7 to 12. Yeah. Or 7 to 11:59.
No, shut up. Yeah. 11.
11:59.
I'll say 1.
Well, for breakfast? No, 1 is lunch.
Bro,
12 is lunch.
Bro, after 12.
When the sun is highest in the sky, that is lunch.
That's either lunch. That's either lunch or brunch.
Brunch at best.
No lunch, bro.
But you can't fool breakfast.
Breakfast is done by I would say 11. I would say 11, and then like from 11 to like 1.
Your Frosted Flakes are all salty, all soggy.
Yeah.
You can't even dig into that no more. You gotta put that in the microwave to heat it up. You gotta eat it like porridge. You know what I mean? Because you go past 11:59, I'm telling you, go past 11:59, it's lunch.
I've done it.
McDonald's, they kind of slipped up. They kind of slipped up over the years. They tried to do breakfast all day.
McGriddles stop at 11.
11 o'clock.
Yeah,
it really should be 11:59.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
With McGriddles,
I don't agree.
Yeah, but 11 o'clock, 11 stops. That's the only time you can have breakfast. But lunch, you could do lunch from 12 to about 6 o'clock.
No. Lunch
to about 5 o'clock.
No, because that's dinner.
12 to 5.
No, the longest.
12 to 5.
The longest I would say for lunch was probably like 3. Yeah.
Nah.
What are you talking about?
4 o'clock is when dinner starts.
Dinner's after 3.
Yes.
No, you can have lunch 12. All right. I've said 5, but let's say 4. 12 to 4 is lunch.
Lunch
that's lunch.
Lunch cuts off at 3.
Realistically, lunch is probably, I would even say maybe 2.
No, you bugging.
This is why lunch isn't a good the greatest the greatest thing.
Because people the most will say is like if they have lunch at 3, they'll be like, I had a super late lunch and I probably skipped dinner because I had a super late lunch.
Facts.
No. Yeah, I have lunch at 3. I'll have dinner at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, that's you.
That's you, but that's not everyone.
That's a lot of people, I think. Nah. Depends on how big your lunch is.
Nah, my grandmother.
You have a big lunch. That's your dinner, realistically.
Yo, my grandmother ate dinner at between 3 to
5,
6.
That sounds like a sleeping schedule problem.
But that's
sleeping
like
schedule problem.
But that's for like most people because it's also you're supposed to stop eating after a certain time too. You know, most people.
I mean, if you're on an intermittent fasting, sure.
Fasting,
if you Muslim, sure.
Regular people,
you know what I mean?
They try their best to.
But if you living your best life, you eating what the fuck you want.
That's how it goes.
On that note,